Yo, what's going on? Sure Plays back another YouTube video. Make sure to go check out the TikTok and check out the Twitter. TikTok, True Picks, Loki Locks on Twitter. We got 4 picks today for April 7th, 2026. So I'm gonna just get right into it. Our first pick is gonna be Steph to hit three threes or 4 threes today. So his line, I think it might have been bumped up to 4.5. I've seen it on some books at 4.5. I'm pretty sure on Flip it's 4.5. But just a little backup info. If we go here, we can see that the Sacramento Kings give up the number one threes to point guards. Steph in his return game, he played absolutely amazing. He did not show any signs of weakness, any signs of like any less confidence. He showed full aggressiveness. He was going to the hole. He was taking many threes, many contested threes. So especially with his history in Sacramento, he pops off against Sacramento. He owns them. It's known. It's a known fact. And I think that in his second game back after the loss last game, I think he's going to try to show out here, especially since I do think it's going to be a blowout. The spread is sitting at about 14.5. So Curry, maybe he's with Curry already on a minutes restriction. He might be limited to not even being played in the fourth quarter, or maybe even barely in the third. So this is why this is not the best pick of the day for sure. But I do think it's possible. I do think he can hit 2 or 3 threes in the first quarter if he gets the opportunities to. And just for Sac, just these amount of threes that they give up to point guards and Curry historically against the Kings, I do like it as a pick. So our next pick here is going to be Alperen Sengun over 5.5 assists. So Alperen Sengun is known to be one of the best passing big men in the league. And for his matchup today, I really do like it a lot. He's playing Phoenix today, and they are number one in assists to center. So this number is inflated because Jokic did have a lot of assists against them. But regardless, I do think Sengun can hit the 5.5 number. He's shown that he can easily go over 5.5 assists throughout the season, and especially with this matchup. I mean, Jokic had double-digit assists against them. I do think this is a good spot for Sengun. I do also like, if you guys want value, I do like the triple double. Phoenix gives up a good amount of points to centers in the past 2 weeks. They also give up 17.1 rebounds, which is top 10, and they're number one in assists. So the way Sengun plays his play style, I do think this game is going to be a close game. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Sengun to get assists here. I do think his playmaking is going to be on another level tonight, so I'm going to be taking the over 5.5 assists for Alperen Sengun. Third pick is going to be Brandon Ingram over 20.5 points. So I have seen his line. His line has been bumped up severely. I'm pretty sure it opened at 21. 20 is available on some books. I'm pretty sure it's available on Underdog, but there are some books where it's at 22. I'm pretty sure here on Betting Pros. Okay, on Betting Pros here it's at 21. It opened at 21. It did go up to 22 earlier today around 1 o'clock, but it is now back down to 21 on most books. I did catch it at 20 on Underdog, but it has now been bumped up to 21 on Underdog. So if you guys can find it at 20 on any sportsbook you guys use, I do recommend taking the 20.5 because that's why it's a pick. But the 21.5 is a little risky. One reason I do like it a lot is because his line of 22.5, which is what it was, he missed that in 8 games in a row. So not only did he miss it in 8 games in a row, but he also did show good promise in December against him. He had 28, and then a week later he had 12. So this could be due to a shift in the game plan to stop this performance from happening. So we can see that, but we do see that on December 15th he did have 28 with a line of 23. So it's kind of a similar line to today. It's a high line. The line hasn't been 22.5 in a good amount of time. So I do think it's a high line. I do think if you can find a 20, definitely take it. 21, that can be your guys' decision. But personally, I do like it a lot. I like a lot of this red here. It kind of shows that, I mean, the line is only high for one reason, and that is that he's going to go over. So I do like that Brandon Ingram 20.5 number. And if you could find a 21, or if you could find a 20, take it, but 21 is a good bet. All right, my last pick today is going to be Dante DiVincenzo over 11.5 points. So in Dante DiVincenzo's career, or no, this season, I'm pretty sure, and over his career, Dante DiVincenzo was averaging over 13.5 points per game without Ant on the floor for the Timberwolves. He is not playing the point guard today, which is I like a lot. He's playing the two. So during the past couple weeks, the Timberwolves have put Dante at the one. They've played him at the one, which is really confusing because he's not really a one. He can play the one, and he has been playing the one for the past month ish with Ant out, which is why his assist numbers have been so high. But today they're starting Mike Conley at the point, and they're going to have Dante at the two, which I think is his prime position. So I do think he's going to flourish here at the two spot. So not only do I think he's going to just have a good game now that he's back at the two, but the team that they're playing, the Pacers. The Pacers are third in points to shooting guards. So they give up 28.4 points per game to shooting guards, and they give up 3.8 threes per game to shooting guards. So over the past 2 weeks. So I know they're not number one, number two, but they do give up a good amount of points. They give up over 28 points. He is their number two scoring option, I would say, behind Randall. I do think Mike Conley and Desuma are going to be playing more playmaking spots today. Desuma can definitely go off for sure because he is going to be, him and Dante are definitely the two shooting guards. They're definitely the two spots. So either one of them can go off, but I do like Dante here in this spot. I like how many threes they give up to shooting guards. It's a good amount. Dante gets a good amount of points from the 3-point line. And Dante's also not hit his line in a good amount of games. So if we check his points line here, it also has been bumped up to 12.5. So earlier today it was 11, now it is 12. But even at an 11.5 number, he has missed this line in 3 games in a row. And against Indiana this season, he had 17 points, which was above his line of 12.5. And then last season he went 1 for 2. Last season he had 19 against them, and then he had 9. So he was basically 1 3 away from smacking the 11.5 here. This season, the one time he played, he had 17. I'm pretty sure Anthony Edwards played in this game though. I do think that this red in the last 3 games, I do think the sign that has been bumped up, even though he's missed in 3 in a row, I think those are both good signs. I do see Dante DiVincenzo going over. You do see his line opened at 10.5 here, and now that it's at 12.5, it kind of shows the books know something. Why would the line be bumped up 2 points, 2 whole points, which is a lot? It's usually only bumped. The lines usually shift 1 point ish, half a point to 1 point. This has been bumped up 2, and he's missed in his last 3. And over his last 15, he's only gone over in 5. So I do think it's a good sign with that line movement, and also his history against the Pacers and his history for the Timberwolves when Anthony Edwards is out, how he performs. And not only all those things, but also combined with the fact that the Pacers give up a good amount of numbers to shooting guards. I do think that Dante's going to have a good game today. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. That was a quick video. We do have some leans. I don't have it here, but some leans I like today, if you guys want to do your own research or just put it on the parlay just for the value, is Alperen Sengun triple-double, which I mentioned earlier. I'm also liking Kevin Durant to go over his rebound line at 5.5, and I am liking RJ Barrett to go over his 3-point line at 1.5. So those are my 3 leans. I'm not confident to take any of those on the parlay, but I do like all 3 of those. I do think Sengun is going to have a good PRA day. I do think Kevin Durant, he had 10 rebounds last time he played the Suns, and his line's 5.5. I do like it a lot. The Suns give up a lot of rebounds to the small forwards. And RJ Barrett, the matchup is good, and the stats are there for him to hit threes and for him to score a lot of points. So it's either going to be Barrett or Ingram today, or it could be both. I do like Ingram better, which is why he's on the slip. And I wouldn't be surprised if RJ goes for 25, 30 around, especially. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks down 3 or 4 threes. So yeah, that's going to be it for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to follow True Picks on TikTok. I post on there every day. This YouTube, I'm not going to be able to post every day, but I'm going to try. And yeah, peace out.